Hello, welcome to Balloon Twisting 101. Here you can learn 5 techniques to master 99% of the designs. You can finalize all of those styles using those 5 techniques. Let's start. We can use either hand pump or electrical pump to inflate the balloon. Here I will use hand pump. And now let's get a 260 balloon, which is the most popular size used for twisting. When inflating, we need to do it quickly, with a few fingers uninflated at the end. And now we can tie here. Normally at the starting point we will have a really short tail and it's really hard to tie, so we want to uninflate a part to give us more space. We hold it with our left hand and using right hand to hold the tail. Turn around and put it in between the 2 fingers. Press and stretch. Now the tie is ready. Press to make it softer so it will not explode. And now let's do single bubble. We normally measure the length using our fingers. And here I will do a 4 fingers bubble. Press at the expected point, twist a few rounds, hold the connection. And now let's say we only want this single bubble. And we want to cut off the extra tails. For beginners, we can cut off the uninflated part at the very end, so it will not explode. And for us to tie it either, we can cut off the extra tail and tie here. And now the bubble is ready. That's the very first style of single bubble. And the second one, we can have another balloon, and it doesn't need to be very long. We do the inflation, give us more space at the beginning part, and we want to have a little bubble. We want to uninflate slowly and until we have the size we want. Tie at the beginning, and now we hold both sides and tie in the middle. For this tie, we do not want to fasten it a lot, because we want it to keep as a round shape. And now we tie again. This time we tie it harder, so the air in the bubble will not go out. And the third style, we can have another, and give us more space. Same as the previous one, we only want a small bubble. We tie at the beginning, hold both sides, and tie in the middle. This time let's try stretch it harder. Instead of a round, we have a bear ear shape now. And this is commonly used for some animal styles. Now let's do another tie in the middle, and the shape can hold there for longer. Cut off the extra tails, and we have 3 styles of single bubbles ready here. Now let's move to double bubble. We want to have another 260. Inflate and tie at the beginning. Press to make it softer. And let's do a 4 fingers bubble first. And then we need to do another one. Also 4 fingers long. And here we want to tie those bubbles together. We hold the beginning tail and make sure the tying knot is on our right hand side. Pass the tail through the middle of the bubbles and tie with the balloon at the end. So here the bubbles are tied together. Whenever we want to cut the balloon at an inflated section, we can never cut the inflated part directly because it will explode. And what we need to do is to push the air inside backward until we have an uninflated section and we can cut off there. Have another 260. Inflate and tie at the beginning. Now let's move to number 3, ear twist. We can do ear twist at the beginning of the balloon or in the middle. Let's start with beginning and we make a small bubble. We hold both sides of the bubble. Right hand hold this bubble, push up and twist a few rounds. Now we have a single ear twist at the beginning. And now we want to cut this off. And continue our practice using the balloon at the end. Now let's try 2 bubbles at the beginning. We want to hold both sides of the bubbles. Right hand hold those 2 bubbles up and twist a few rounds. Then we use the balloon sides to wrap between those 2 bubbles. When we do the wrap, we want to press to make it soft and then turn a few rounds. This is called a double ear twist. We can also do the twist in the middle. So for example here, press to make it softer. Have a 3 fingers bubble. Then make another 2 fingers bubble. Hold both sides. Pull the bubble up and twist a few rounds. Now we have a single ear twist in the middle. You can also try another one for the double ear twist. Another bubble and 2 extra bubbles. Hold both ends and right hand hold those 2 bubbles. Twist a few rounds. And then using the balloon to wrap in the middle. And we can notice that when we have a ear twist in the middle, if it is single, we can change the direction. And if it is double ear twist, we can keep the same direction. Again, let's get another 260. Inflate and tie at the beginning. Press to make it softer. And now let's do loop. We want to fold the balloon to make a loop. Here I make it 4 fingers long. Twist at the ending point and hold the beginning point, especially the tying knot. We want to turn a few rounds and make sure the knot is always with our right hand. Pass the tail through the middle of the loop and always make sure the tying knot also pass through. After first pass, we can choose either to pass it one more time to lock the loop, or if we want to make it even safer, we can tie with the balloon at the end. So we can force it to last it longer. And this is the loop at the beginning. We can also make a loop in the middle of the balloon. So for example, I make a 4 fingers bubble here. And we cannot link a single bubble and a loop directly, and we need to locking in between. So here I make 2 bubbles ear twists. Now I lock the balloon so I can do a loop. Make sure to make it soft. 4 fingers as well. Twist and wrap around the double ear twist. We want to press the balloon to make it soft and then turning and wrapping. Now the loop is ready. Practice time. Let's do a Bowknot together. Have a new 260. Inflate with about 10 fingers at the end. Tie at the beginning. Press to make it softer, and let's do 4 fingers single bubble first. And another 2 fingers bubble. Then another one at the same sides. Keep both sides, and we want to make a double ear twist. Hold those 2 bubbles and using the resting balloon to wrap between for a few rounds. Press to make it soft, and we want to make a loop, 4 fingers as well. Twist and wrap around the ear knot. Adjust the shape so it looks better. Press it softer, and we want to make another loop. Similar size, 4 fingers. Twist and wrap around. At the ending part, we want another 4 fingers single bubble. We want to hold the connection part and cut the rest off. Cut off the extra tail so we could tie it either. And Bowknot is ready. You can cut off the excess tail. And congratulations on your first creation! For the last one, we need a 260 and a waist tail. The 260 doesn't need to be very long. We want to inflate and tie at the beginning. And we want to press to make it very soft, to make an apple twist. Right hand, we want to press the tying knot at the starting point. Press it down. And using the left hand to find the tying knot and hold it. Now we want to help the right hand get out of the balloon. Twist a few rounds of the bubble and using the waist tail to stretch, turn a few rounds and tie it there. Then we want to cut the rest balloon, and as mentioned before, we can never cut the inflated part directly. We need to push the air backward until we have an uninflated section. We want to cut it here, and now we have the apple twist ready. We can notice the tying part is really huge here, but what we can do is to press it inside the bubble so it can hide here. And now we have an apple.